This video explains
how to add element in test case section. The add element is only applicable for web services. Now, before proceeding with adding element, make sure to perform add address action using Avo Link e-commerce API. In order to do that, we need to authorize the API. We need to copy the endpoint which we use to add the address. We need to copy the JSON body and then copy the URL of API. Once after that, navigate to Avo Assure. In element repository section, I have already created a folder and I have created repository to add the address. Make sure to provide all the required data. Select the method as post. Provide the API URL. Provide the endpoint. Provide the header. And moving on to body, we have form URL encoded and raw. You can choose either of these and provide the JSON body. Here I have provided the JSON body and I have filled out all the details required to create an address. Once after this, move on to authorization. Here, select the type as bearer token, provide the token and then click on save. Once after saving this, navigate to test case section. Within the test case section, I have created a folder as manage address, and within that I have created a test case to add address, and within this I have a test step group and named it as add address. Within this test step group, I have dragged and dropped the repository, and here we can see whatever the actions I have performed in element repository has been reflected in test step group. Now let's begin with adding an element. Before adding an element, if we come across a scenario where there are additional data included, for example, I will delete company and I will delete address line 1. Now let's suppose this was not part of our JSON body earlier and they have newly implemented. In such scenarios, what we can do is we can click on this plus icon to add a step manually. Once after clicking on this add step manually, we will get option to add element. Click on this add element and provide the element name. My first element name is company. I'll provide the element name and my input type remains text. We can also make use of file. Now I'll use text. Click on add. Provide the company name. Now again I'll add one more step. I'll click on add step manually and here I'll select add element and I will provide the element name, address line 1, and I'll select the input type as text and I'll click on add button. Now I've added the address line 1. Once after this, I'll save my. As a last step, I'll add get body to fetch the body and store it in a variable. Now once after saving this, I'll select the debug button. I'll select the test step group and I'll click on debug. And the debugging is currently ongoing. Here we can see it has been successfully debugged. I'll click on OK and I'll open up the client. Here we can see the response is 201, which says that it is success. And here we can see the company name has been updated. Along with that, the address line 1 has been updated.